Hello, my name is Jude and I have been gifted with dreams and visions from the Lord. You can discern yourself and ask the Lord about these dreams and visions if you are still doubtful. Heaven visitation. I have been praying to receive a vision about heaven, and 1 year and some days later it came to pass. In the vision I find myself going to church only to find out that the service had just finished. For some reason I arrived at church super late, then I went inside to have some conversations. I did not know the day, and when I had looked at the clock it was about 11:55 a.m. Afterwards, some times had passed and I saw they were serving food in the church, which I go to, kitchen, and two elder women asked to get them something, one something to eat and the other something to drink. I was going to just leave, but I decided to do it. As I was doing so I heard 21 beautiful trumpet sounds. In 7 blast rhythms, but the last 7 was in reverse. I quickly went outside to see what was this wonderful sound, but as soon as I have heard the last of the 7's trumpet sounds I immediately appeared in a new place. I knew I was high above the sky somewhere in heaven. The place looks similar to a coliseum but way better. Everything in there were made of some sort of precious stones. The floor looks like white limestone without any impurities. In fact, all the stones there had no impurities. There was a man in the center standing behind something that looks similar to a pulpit that was made out of some precious stone. He had his left hand on it. His face was illuminating so I could not see his facial features. He was wearing a long white robe that had reached down to his wrist. So I could not really tell if he had any piercing in his hands or not. Everything in there was wonderful and beautiful beyond human comprehension. To the point that me and everyone else did not pay much attention to him. I was looking all around. I saw something very amazing. In fact, there are 3 things I wondered about. First, there were no shadow of any kind because everywhere there was light. Second, I noticed there were some empty seats. Last, I wondered why there were so few people in my area. Now you have to understand the place was massive. All the people there were seated in groups. Some had missing seats among them. Few had all the members of their families seated with them. They were talking to each other as if they had not seen each other in many years. Everyone there was having a conversation with someone, but no one was louder than someone else. All the ones that resemble males had short hair and all the ones that resemble females had long hair. The only difference between these two were the hair sizes. One had female facial features and the other had male facial features. The ones that had female facial features were flat-chested like man on earth. Also, the dress everyone was wearing looks beautifully designed for that person and the colors were vivid. In fact, the colors on earth looked faded compared to these. Everyone dressed as if they were going to a wedding or a banquet. I also saw and experienced some things that I do not understand. I was able to remember some of the things about Earth but not everything. Another thing is, while you are seated you could see all around you. There were people seated next to me but I wasn't allowed to see them. It's like I could see farther than my natural eyes would allow me to. You also experienced an everlasting sense of joy, love, peace, unity, and complete happiness. May the Lord answer my other prayer request and hasten His imminent return. Amen.